artists, you're working with works of art that are meant to specifically communicate an idea or a concept or a theme, and a craft or a technique. Whereas in this case, we're looking at almost a story that's being communicated in a different way. I mean, a narrative can come about through works of art created by artists, but this is through the assembly of small collected items. And when we say collector in this instance, we're not always talking about someone who has a passion for collecting high-end items. These are items of all sorts of, in a broad range of significance, I guess you could say. From very valuable, I suppose, on a sentimental level, to valuable because they are collectible items that are worth something. But they will range from kitsch to fine art. And so I think what we'll see is a really interesting, odd assembly of items that communicate a lot about the person who collects them. Many of the people in this show are simply collectors of items and objects, and they're people that we, as a crew at Fresh Produce, knew would be exciting to feature because they have a very distinct point of view. They have collections of odd things. They have even distinct looks, whether that's attire or just the way they are, the way they communicate their visual interests. These are all people who have a very strong connection to objects, or seem to really take seriously the idea of the visual. The message in each box will be revealed through scrutiny. I don't think you'll be able to approach any one of these collections and make an assessment without really taking a bit of time to get up close and personal with each of the collections. That in and of itself is a little bit different. A lot of times when you walk into an art show, you're looking at an artist statement, you're seeing some consistency, some common threads, a technique that binds everything together. In this case, I think what you're looking at is a collection, an assembly, a vignette that takes time to scrutinize, and on some, maybe less overt level communicates a lot about that person. But I think it will take some scrutiny, and that's why we keep talking about this show as intimate, because you will have to approach the box, get relatively close to it, and kind of study the objects in order to understand the person. An object that becomes part of a collection or a treasure, I would say, has made an impact on a person in a way where they've been able to connect to it in a way that is sentimental, that is. That, and maybe not always sentimental to the very serious collector who attends auctions and has an affinity for something and is very knowledgeable about it. But the treasure aspect touches on a familiarity and a personalization of the object that goes well beyond just your typical view of an ordinary object.